Cold outreach email isn't that, but the traditional way with one generic template, where you swap the first name and send it out to everyone. That's why your emails either land in spam or get ignored. If you want clients, you need the way to get them. That's the hard part. Cold email outreach is a repeatable method, if you do it right. And here's the simple chain. You get the leads, you personalize the message so it's actually relevant. Relevant emails get replies. AI handles the back and forth and books a call. Calls turn into deals and the deals turn into money. Now, if you're new, here's the simple truth. Cold email outbound is a numbers game. Let's say you send 1,000 cold emails this week. If your targeting and message are decent, you will get around 5% replies, so 50 emails. And if 10% of those book a call, that's 5 booked calls. That's the math, and that's why companies use outbound. But beginners get wrecked because they miss the two most important parts. First, your email has to land in the inbox. Second, if it lands in the inbox, the message has to be relevant and not look like a copy and paste spam message. This simply won't work anymore. So the solution is hyper-personalized emails. Let me show you an example for that. So we're looking here at a generic email and a personalized email for the same offer for a dental clinic. Let's compare that quickly. First, the generic one. A lot of dental clinics lose new patients requests because people submit the form, then hear nothing for hours. While this message is not bad, it is clear and has low frictions, but it screams like a sales template. So reply rates are low for this one. Now let's compare to the personalized one. Here, notice Bright Smile Dental highlights same-day crowns. Curious, how do you handle spikes in new patient requests? This message directly proves you did your homework and you did your research. It asks a real question and opens a problem thread. This message directly feels relevant because the icebreaker line is based on the company website, company LinkedIn profile, and even the personal LinkedIn profile. All this information together with our offer create this icebreaker line. And we also personalize perfectly the name of the company, for example, Bright Smile Dental, because many leads, when you get them, they have a company name like this, Bright Smile Dental LLC, or Bright Smile Dental and then White Teeth Expert. If you would copy and paste something like this into this message, it will directly feel copy and pasted. So it's crystal clear that the personalized email will always perform better than a generic one. But the problem is it takes hours of doing this kind of work manually. But thanks to AI and AI automation, we can do this fully automatically on autopilot. And the best part is we're using a no-code tool that is super easy to adjust by simply clicking on this element here and adjusting the prompt that is in clear English. Everything is here drag and drop and easy to adjust. And you also can get this whole workflow in the description box below that you can then simply import by clicking here import from file and selecting this file. And the best part is this whole workflow works with Google Sheets. So you can take your existing lead lists and enrich them easily. You can tell the AI agent here exactly what to extract from the company website by adjusting this prompt. And the result of this whole automation is a perfect icebreaker line here and the exact variables we need for our template. So it feels personalized and relevant. But that's not all. This automation also verifies the email, so your emails never get bounced. And without further ado, I will show you now how I built this whole workflow. And make sure to stay until the end, where I tell you how to build the right infrastructure so your emails don't land in the spam folder. What is crucial to be successful with cold email outreach. In case you don't know me yet, I'm Matt. I show beginners how to leverage AI automation to improve business processes. This includes how to scrape leads on autopilot and very efficiently, or how to automate your inbox so you can reply to emails on autopilot. You also get workflows to enrich your leads and personalize the outreach. Here we also show you how to find the right niche and how to get clients. And if you already have an existing business, you can leverage it to get even more clients. Here we also show you how to build the right infrastructure so your emails don't land in spam folder. And thanks to AI automation, we will show you the most efficient and easy way. So if you're interested in this topic, make sure to join my community. I will give you now a breakdown how this whole workflow works, so my lead list in the Google Sheets document can be enriched. And in the description box below, you can find a Google Docs document where I list all prompts and services used in this automation. So make sure to check it also out. Alright, let's start here at the beginning. This automation is called by another workflow. This one to be exact. What it does, it gets the Google Sheets document here, then it loops over each row and sends the row to this sub workflow here. This sub workflow gets all relevant data and crafts the placeholder needed to enrich our template so it feels personalized and relevant to the user. Then it sends it all back. Then this all information get updated in our Google Sheets document. Here, the icebreaker, the company and the location in this example. Now we will look in detail how this whole thing works. So we start here with our lead. In this node, we receive our lead, for example this one. In my previous video, I showed exactly how to scrape this data really efficiently and cost effective. Make sure to check it out if you don't know how to get the leads data. Next, we're leveraging a service called never bounce, to verify our email address. For example, when I type in here any random email address and click validate, it automatically tells me that this email is unknown. This is crucial because if your emails bounce, your infrastructure get quickly flagged as spam. Then all your emails will land in the spam folder. That's why it's so crucial to check all your emails before you're sending them out. Otherwise, even the best infrastructure won't help you. Then we receive an NNN, the status of this email. For example, valid in this case. If it's not valid, we mark this lead that it has no valid email. If the email is valid, next we check if the region is correct. Since we have the region data already in our Google Sheets document, we can quickly verify it by this node. So in this case, we want to make sure that it's only United States leads. Next, once we verified the region, we want to extract the LinkedIn company information. The only problem is we only have the personal LinkedIn, but not the company LinkedIn. But we have the website here. And the website is enough to find the right LinkedIn account. I want to show you an example. Let's take this website, for example. We type in Google this prefix. That filters our search results only to LinkedIn and the website. And then we just click search. And you can see the first entry is already the company website. So we're doing that in this node here. For that, we're leveraging Epify. Epify is a marketplace for data scrapers. In this case, we just use a Google search scraper. Like you can see, we found directly the right company LinkedIn profile. Next, we're using a normal HTTP node to get the company information, but we are receiving an HTML, what is hardly readable for human and LLMs. Therefore, we're using this node here to extract only the text information from this website. Then we pass it onto our extract agent here. He takes then the whole information from the text here that we provided here down below and this prompt. And based on that, he can extract the information in a structured way here that we can continue using it. So the business type, the number of employees, official company name, about description, industry, and so on. This information will be later used from another AI agent to craft a personalized and relevant icebreaker line. Next, we want to verify that we have the right company type and size. Since we use this AI agent to get the type and number of employees, we can now easily check that. First, we will check that it's a B2B offer. For that, we use a simple if condition. And after that, we make sure that the employee size is more than 10, but less than 100. If one of these things are not true, we will disqualify this lead and save this in the Google Sheets document. Next, we want to extract the personal LinkedIn profile from the lead. So we will get some information about the person that will represent this company. Because at the end of the day, not companies are buying, but a human working in the companies. For that, we use Epify. The difference why we're using, in this case, Epify, and here we could use an HTTP node, is because personal LinkedIn profiles are more protected by LinkedIn. Therefore, we use Epify to get these data. And last but not least, we're going to the company website. And we're doing this in 2 steps. Step number 1 is we go on the homepage here. But again, we will only receive HTML data that is hard to read for humans and also LLMs. Next, we will use this node to extract all navigation links available on this website. For example, projects, blog, FAQ, contact, and so on. Then we pass this whole list to our navigation URL agent. He analyzes all the navigation URLs and selects us only the relevant ones. For example, the company mission or the positioning and so on. Then we extract from each of these pages all relevant information and extract the text. That looks like this now. So the company mission is here, the offering positioning is here, process differentiation can be found here, and so on. This whole information is then passed to our AI icebreaker. When you double click on this, you will see you have here a bunch of instructions and all the relevant information. For example, company name, office location, LinkedIn industry, and so on. This helps the AI to craft the relevant icebreaker line. Something that I hear often is that AI text sounds like AI and therefore it sounds like spam. I get it. But the trick is to provide the AI 2 or 3 examples that you personally wrote it, because this way the AI just adjusts what is already working and it won't sound like AI at all. But of course, if you just tell ChatGPT, write me a random text, it will write you AI slop text. Therefore, pro tip, provide some examples. And last but not least is our last AI variable extractor. This one basically takes all the information we scraped before and extracts the information we needed here. And the best part is you can adjust this prompt easily since it's in plain English. And this way you can have more output fields that you can use later for your own needs. And this is the way how you can personalize all cold outreach emails on scale without sounding spammy and sending only relevant messages. And now last but not least, how to build the right infrastructure. Look, important is that you have always a legit reason to send out the emails. Otherwise you're spamming. So the trick how to build your cold email infrastructure is you basically buy multiple domains and set them up correctly. What I mean with that is, let's say you have a domain that's called mydomain.com. Then you get domains like getmydomain.com, realmydomain.com, and so on. Then you connect these domains with a Google Workspace or Microsoft Outlook accounts. Then you warm them up, what basically means you're sending and receiving emails for some time without sending any cold email. And then once the account is warmed up, you send 20 to 30 emails per account and use account rotation. You're not spamming anybody, you won't get flagged as spam, and you can book calls. And if this sounds complicated for you, it's not. For all these are automations. You can send up a bunch of domains on autopilot with automation and also connect them automatically. And also warm them out automatically. And also send out 20 to 30 emails per account and use account rotation automatically. And on top, I show in my community how you can write automatically replies and book calls with AI. So if you're interested in this topic, make sure to join my community and see you in the next one.